Good morning, Lake Worth. Walt Gill, Assistant Director of Electric, calling to give you or coming online to give you an update of what's going on out in the system right now. We have rolled out our crews again bright and early. We got 103 men out in the field working hard and as quickly and as safely as possible to restore your energy and get everybody back up online. Like I said, we have outside help from Alabama, Minnesota, Oklahoma, and Illinois alongside our crews. And like I said, they're out there and they're busting the system out. What I want to do now is I want to show you what I actually look at to determine where I need to focus and where I need to send crews so we can make this happen as fast as possible. So bear with me one moment. So what I have here is a depiction of our entire Lake Worth service territory. If you have access to the internet and you've been reading Worth Noting, I have been putting this information up on Worth Noting. You remember the other day, one of my comments was we cover 12.5 square miles. That is this whole area right here. That is our service territory. We have 41 major circuits within the service territory. As of this morning, after all of last night's work and yesterday's work, we have picked up 35 of those circuits, which equates to approximately 18,479 customers that are currently restored. That equals roughly 70% of the system. Now, if you look at this map, wherever you see a red dot, those are the areas that we see as still not having power. That is where I focused the crews today. So on the map, you notice I have a lot of red dots up in this area. That is the northeast quadrant of the city, of the service territory. I have multiple crews running through that area. Our goal today is to pick up a majority of this, as well as start getting into the individual circuits and start walking the laterals and the secondaries, and then eventually to your house. I also have a big pocket down on the southeast part of the city. Same situation. I have multiple crews in that area, and they are doing the same thing. They're going through. We're going to energize the bulk of it, and then we'll go back and we'll sweep through the second time. The goal is to get as many people on today as physically possible before I have to come into the backyards and actually looking at your service drops. If anywhere in the cleared out areas that are not depicted on this picture as shown with a red dot and you're still experiencing a power outage, please do me a favor, call 561-586-1695 and let us know. That way we can get crews out into that area and get you and fix whatever the problem is and get your power restored. On that note, we are at a point in the restoration process where we are going to start going through the backyards and picking up any individual houses that have been left off. And I want to show another picture to you, if you bear with me a minute, because it will help us out and it'll help you out greatly. What I have here is what we call what's ours and what's yours. Everything depicted in blue is what the City of Lake Worth Electric take care of. Everything that is depicted in black is the homeowner's responsibility. With that being said, what I'm talking about when we're getting ready to get into the backyards and start cutting or start picking up the individual houses, what will help you get your power faster is if you go and check this black, what is depicted in black here. This is what we call the weatherhead and riser and meter cam. If this is detached from your house, I cannot restore your power. And what's going to happen is the crews are going to come in. If it's detached, what they'll do is they'll cut the lines, tape them off, and they'll roll them back up to the pole to make it safe. And then they'll move on to the next house. So what you want to do right now is go out there, make sure it is intact. If it's intact, you don't have to do anything. If it's off the wall, if it's off the wall of your house, or laying over, you need to call an electrician and get them over there immediately and have it reattached to your house safely and securely. That way, when our crews come walking through, it's attached to the house. They'll go ahead and mark it, make sure everything is good, and then they'll move on to the next house. And then once they get done with that lateral, they'll give the order to energize, and we'll energize, and you'll have her power back. If you do not take that step ahead of us and call that electrician in and that's laying over, what's going to happen is, like I said, we're going to cut this area right here, roll it back up on the pole, and then we're going to move on, and then all your neighbors are going to have the power, and you're not going to have it just because you haven't reattached yet. So once again, we're working as fast as and as hard as we can. Like I said, we have 103 men out in the field right now. We're at that point where we're getting into the individual houses, and rest assured, if you're in an area where you see your neighbors having the power, please call that number 586-1695 and report it in, and we'll get crews out there and make sure you get your power on. We'll fix whatever's wrong and get your power on. With that said, another thing is, if you got fences in your backyard and everything, please allow our guys to get access, because if we can't get access, that's another reason why we're just going to move on, because we're trying to get as many people on as possible so we can close up this storm work. With that said, Walt Gill, City of Lake Worth, thank you.